5 years ago, we came out here and said that the broken down, busted, fossil fuel rewarding tax code ought to be thrown in the garbage can. Now everybody said, yeah, fat chance. Senate Finance Committee never did anything like that in 100 years. And I said, well, are you really gonna bet against all these grassroots organizers? And I said, the choice for America is gonna be all of these wonderful grassroots organizers, or not far from where we stand are all the office buildings full of the fossil fuel lobbyists. And I said, what's the choice going to be for America? Is it going to be these young people, or is it going to be those folks up in the fossil fuel lobby offices? And my God, when the Senate Finance Committee got together in the spring of 2021, everybody still said impossible. The lobbyists were sending out tweets and emails and grassroots, grass turf campaigns, so to speak, and nobody thought it could happen. But for the first time, we exposed how wasteful those fossil fuel tax dollars are. A lot of them go to deals involving Europe, for God's sakes. And so by the end of spring of 2021, we did, as the Congresswoman said, launched out of the Senate Finance Committee. And 90% of it was in the final package. We didn't get to throw the whole tax code in the garbage can on energy. But let me tell you something. We made one hell of a down payment. $380 billion. No longer just tax policies that would go for a year and a half or something like that, and then they'd be re-upped for the big powerful people. A fundamental shifting of the federal tax system to get in sync with all these young people talking about a very different energy future than today. So I promised Eddie and the Congresswoman I wouldn't give a filibuster, and I have just one last thought. We are just getting started, folks.
That's right.
And here's the next thing. We got to green up the energy transmission system.
That's right.
That was the single biggest thing we didn't get over the finish line, was the transmission system. So we are getting started. My colleagues are outlining our agenda, but I want you to know that what nobody said was possible 5 years ago, something the Senate Finance Committee had never done in 100 years, not only is it possible, but it has laid the foundation for us to keep going with transmission, with batteries, with solar, wind. We're on our way. We are not going back. Thanks, everybody.
Uh-oh, friends. Please watch out for this. If this proposed change gets approved by Congress, it may begin to affect your finances this year. Officials say that if lawmakers continue to stall an important piece of legislation, many U.S. households can expect to see delayed tax refund checks. Joe Biden is also urging big companies to lower food prices for the American people. My dear friends, please do me a big favor and watch until the end of this video. Also, every Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, do make sure to click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. Also, at the end of today's video, I will be announcing the winners of Friday's giveaway. According to Yahoo News, the absence of clear guidance from Congress on a $78 billion tax package is adding complexity to the filing season for taxpayers. This is impacting small business owners and low-income families with children. The Tax Relief for American Families and Workers Act of 2024 encompasses a trio of business deductions that could influence approximately 33 million small businesses. Additionally, it proposes an expansion of the child tax credit, a benefit that is claimed by almost 46 million Americans annually. Most of the provisions in the bill would apply retroactively to 2023 federal tax returns and extend to cover the 2024 and 2025 tax year. Despite receiving bipartisan support in the House, with a vote margin of 357 to 70, the legislative process has hit a snag in the Senate. While Senator Ron Wyden expressed his determination to expedite the bill's passage, progress has been sluggish, leading to a likely postponement of final consideration until late February. The ongoing filing season, coupled with uncertainty surrounding the legislation, poses great challenges for taxpayers. Notably, the potential retroactive changes introduce stress for tax professionals, as filings made today may not align with the evolving tax landscape tomorrow. So for those eligible to claim the full child tax credit, the impact may not be significant. However, for many taxpayers who are navigating a thin margin between last-minute negotiations, the Internal Revenue Service filing deadline, in the anticipation of a timely refund, the situation is precarious. According to Yahoo News, tax experts have criticized Congress for the delay, citing the irresponsibility of altering laws during the tax season. Catherine Keene, an expert at the National Tax Practice Institute, emphasizes the strain this places on taxpayers. One significant aspect of the proposed legislation involves potential adjustments to the child tax credit, which could result in a larger tax refund for eligible claimants. The Internal Revenue Service, acknowledging the uncertainty, has now urged taxpayers to file their returns promptly, assuring them that the agency will assist in amending filed returns to adhere to any new laws. 3 years ago, the American Rescue Plan Act introduced changes to unemployment compensation taxation, leading to prolonged processing times for refunds. As the Senate debates other issues, the earliest anticipated progress on the tax bill is a week of February 26. Election year politics further complicate the scenario, with great concerns raised by Senator Chuck Grassley, who has expressed worries about the potential positive metrics for President Biden. This political dynamic may potentially derail the bill, adding further complexity for tax preparers and tax filers. According to the Washington Post, Biden is facing a decline in approval ratings due to very high inflation. The president is now urging major grocery chains to lower prices for Americans. Biden's recent remarks in South Carolina are seen as a preview of increased pressure on grocery stores and other companies with higher profit margins. Following a period of rapid price growth, public dissatisfaction with grocery prices, even as inflation somewhat moderates, is affecting Biden's approval rating. Prices for these items rose over 11% in 2022 and 5% last year, contributing to the nation's fastest inflation in 4 decades. So although the rate of increase is slowing down, Biden remains concerned about elevated prices for the American family. Despite reductions in other areas, administration officials believe there are limited unilateral actions that Biden can take to quickly lower grocery prices. The Federal Trade Commission is expected to block a merger between Kroger and Albertsons, but critics argue this will not address the current price increase. The White House Council of Economic Advisors suggests that large grocery retailers' increased profit margins may contribute to high food prices. However, other factors like consumer demand and supply chain disruptions also play a more substantial role. Well, my amazing and most awesome friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. My dear friends, thank you for being part of this community. The winners of yesterday's giveaway is Rosie Kennedy and Dorothy Reese. Congratulations, my dearest friends! To claim your gift cards, please make sure to check your notifications page and send me a message. Or you can message me on my Facebook page. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed weekend.